On April 1st, 2017, a strange subreddit by the name of r/place opened its doors as a sort of social experiment. The concept was simple. Every 5 minutes, a Reddit user could place one pixel on a massive white canvas that was the size of 1000 by 1000, or 1 million pixels in total. While at first pixel placing was mostly random, Reddit users quickly learned that by grouping together, they could use their mass efforts to coordinate the creation of pixel art and allow for larger and more detailed things to be made. Many communities, small and large alike, would fight for their place on the limited canvas size, and the Osu community was no different. The Osu community, despite its relatively small size at the time, managed to build and defend a pretty sizable Osu logo in the bottom of the canvas. This was met with backlash as many people outside of the Osu community felt that it was too large for such a small group of people to keep to themselves, leading many people to place random non-pink colors on Osu's place on the canvas as sort of a targeted attack. This was not something abnormal on the canvas. In fact, it was happening everywhere. Large communities who had sheer numbers could afford to build new artworks over smaller communities, or even just outright destroy them for the sake of it. This happened multiple times to Osu during this event. Notably, Osu was mainly attacked by a faction of coordinated users placing black pixels in a concentrated spot around the canvas, known simply as the Void, during the event. Tyler1, a massive League of Legends streamer, told his audience on Twitch to black out Osu's logo with black pixels as well. This caused Osu's spot on the canvas to be mostly wiped out multiple times, as targeted attacks were influenced by someone with an audience of people whose number was a lot larger than the Osu community's. While by the end of the event, the Osu's logo mainly recovered and is still recognizable on the final canvas, it was a highly contested place on the map in which many people were still of the opinion that it was too large for such a small community of a rhythm game to keep to themselves. On April 1st, 2022, exactly 5 years later, the subreddit r/place opened its doors once again, starting with a new blank canvas for anyone to place a single pixel on every 5 minutes. Seeing as this was announced about a week in advance, communities would be able to start planning and coordination before the event had even started, and that's exactly what the Osu community was doing. The coordination was led by a small team that were running a Discord server and a subreddit for Osu Place, and notably a user by the name of emanfman seemed to be the main lead in all of this. So in this video, I'm not going to be covering every single tiny small detail pertaining to Osu on the canvas in chronological order or anything, because I personally wasn't able to be present for everything due to being busy with other things, but I do want to talk about a few major events and some interesting things that I noticed and wanted to bring attention to. So with the canvas starting soon, the Osu community was ready to get involved fast, and since a template was already created for the exact location that every pixel should go, it was relatively easy for everyone to be on the same page. The dead center of the logo was set to be built at the coordinates
727! 727!
Straight off the bat, multiple hundred people in a Discord priority speaker call were working together to get the logo built as fast as possible. This, along with Osu's largest streamer, BTMC, also helping and directing his viewers to the canvas, the Osu logo was nearing completion like 20 or 30 minutes in, basically being the first identifiable object in the entire canvas besides the giant Ukrainian flag near the top.
Check !coords and you'll figure out where you can place your pixels. Again, we're still working on this U here, this gray U. Line at the bottom of the U is holding strong. We're going to need to place white above it. And we're going to start moving over towards the S once we have a little bit more of this U present. So
this was possible because of the coordinated callouts to place certain pixels in certain areas at once, all while at the same time, many people from outside of the community were placing random colors in order to stop Osu's expansion. Seeing as the community has a controversial identity in r/place from 2017, with the sight of a big pink circle even slightly emerging, people who held their opinions from last time were already making various complaints, and that wasn't really an unpopular sentiment either. People were already supporting a Reddit post to turn the Osu logo into a giant Kirby, which got 26,000 upvotes. There were various other memes created that alluded to the fact that Osu was very large on the canvas for such a small community. So, multiple hours after the first rendition of the Osu logo was completed, large streamer Mizkif directed his viewers on Twitch to attack the Osu logo with pure black pixels, similar to how Tyler1 did it in 2017, except this time the Osu community had a lot higher numbers.
And we're gonna wait.
Chat,
in about
save your
15
pixels!
seconds.
Save your pixels right now! Stop!
In about 15 seconds, if you have a pixel to place, we're going to be placing it. We're gonna focus, if you have the overlay, on the exclamation mark. One more time on the exclamation mark. find a black pixel on the exclamation mark, and if you have a pixel, place it white. 3, 2, 1, now!
Place it! Revive the exclamation point! Oh my god, it's coming back! It's coming back!
Holy
Yes!
shit, yes!
Keep going! Keep
All
going!
right,
Yes!
next round. If you have
Yes!
a pixel now, hold it. If you have a pixel now, hold it.
Hold your pixels!
20 more seconds.
While at first it looked like the logo would not last, the community fired back, attacking the frog icon that Mizkif's community had created.
Okay, yes, so the Pepe wearing a crown that's sitting there.
That's
We're gonna
it?
turn his eyes pink. Ready
Oh
to
my
turn his
god.
eyes pink?
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1, go for it. Turn the eyes pink.
Oh my god!
Yes, and the crown. Fuck it, turn everything. Turn it all
Let's
pink.
go!
Turn it all pink. Oh,
Oh
yes.
my god!
After a few back and forths of attacking each other, Mizkif told his community to stop attacking Osu, and the two sides agreed not to place pixels on each other's artwork from there on out. During the first few hours, a Chrome extension script was also created that would allow anyone using it to see what color any given pixel should be changed to in order to keep the logo looking perfect and stop people from placing pixels wrong even if it was in good faith. On the first day, the canvas ended with the entire thing being filled to the brim with great art, and Osu having made a lot of alliances with multiple small and large communities alike. While the dedicated attacks by coordinated people were still far and few between at this time, Osu was still a huge target for people just placing random pixels on the logo, all of which were met with almost instant fixing by our community. 24 hours into the event, the canvas doubled in size, leaving a huge blank canvas to the right. Multiple new colors were also added to the palette, allowing for more detailed designs to be created on the canvas. This gave the Osu community 2 new objectives, the first of which was adding triangle details onto the logo. This allowed the logo to have more depth and look a little bit more nicer than just an entirety of pink. The first wave of Osu's logo changing color brought up a big wave of random color pixels as well, presumably placed by people who were under the impression that Osu was under attack and they just wanted to help take down the logo. It didn't take long for the logo to be repaired and the new design to be implemented. This design also including the standard Tycho, Catch the Beat, and Mania logos in small varieties under the main text. The second objective was, well, this. Using the script mentioned earlier, which allowed users to see which color any given pixel should be in order to make a cohesive artwork, the Osu community began building an image of Pepe himself, located at the coordinates 1727 by 727. This would also be the day that the Osu community on r/place would face their biggest foe yet. A small streamer, you might have heard of him.
That's true, but in order to survive in the early game, we made alliances, close alliances with the factions right around us, which included the territories that you guys invaded, which is why we
Yeah, but I feel you guys are blame offloading because then I saw you guys overwhelming the logo.
blame offloading. Excuse me, you were the ones who went onto our friends' territories, and we're gonna stand by them just like they stood by us in the early game.
Okay. So we can have this diplomatically, or we can invade and explosions. Everything goes down and it starts getting corrupted. Why do that then?
If you want to do that, that's fine. Me and my friends are going to uphold our land.
Your land being the whole map?
We're not allied with the whole map. We can't make those negotiations.
Dude, you guys have alliances like almost in like 40% of the fucking thing.
40% is an exaggeration.
It's not. It's just not.
It may seem that way.
In like 20%.
The fact of the matter is your numbers completely outweigh ours. The only difference is that we're just batshit crazy. We're willing to stay here until 5 in the morning fighting this war.
So in all seriousness, XQC being one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, his plan was just to wreak as much havoc as he could, and with his stream being titled, Destruction Only, Today We Take Revenge, Burn the Place to the Ground, Void Only, Destruction Only, it was no secret that any community that found themselves in a war with him would not fare very well, and that was still true for the Osu community no matter how good their resolve was.
That's just not happening.
Okay, guys, even though I'm still in the call, chat. Even though I'm still in the call, okay. Ready chat. Guys, purple pixels, be ready to place in 3, 2, 1. Put the purple pixels on the white and the pink pixels, guys. Wave 1 and 3, 2, 1. Guys, wave 2 and 3, 2, 1. Guys, invade one more time. And with the top left corner, 3, 2, 1. Not bad, guys.
XQC decided that he would target the Osu community, and after deciding to decimate the Osu logo with a purple void, he changed his target to Dean Herbert himself, and in an instant took out the large image of Pepe and put his monkey logo on top of it. While in the time that XQC was attacking the Pepe image, the Osu logo was mostly repaired, and a large clown nose was put on XQC's logo. XQC moved his audience to attack other places and left the Osu community to rebuild what they'd lost, so they didn't really suffer much from that attack. Day 3 arrived and the canvas doubled in size once again, leaving the bottom half of the canvas white. Now with more room, less pressure was put on the Osu logo because people had other places they wanted to build or attack or do whatever with. In the bottom left quadrant, 2 more Osu references were built, the first of which being the "when you see it" image of Eryu's hand after getting a 727 PP play. The second of which was a hit circle with a 1 labeled on it, in collaboration with the Star Wars community's piece of art in which it was embedded into. New colors were added once again, allowing for even more depth to be put into the main logo, now with 3 varieties of pink being included. At this point in time, r/placestart, a community with the goal of creating a Windows start bar at the bottom of the canvas, had agreed to give the Osu community their own tab as long as they were willing to help them defend it. In regards to attacks, the third day was not very active for the Osu community, as at this point many people were allied and had packs to help each other out. The main goal was helping allied communities and defending the various Osu references on the canvas from people placing an odd pixel here and there. From here on out, heading into day 4, not much more really happened within the Osu sphere on the canvas, aside from small diplomatic agreements and continuing to clean up what was already built. The 4th day had a scheduled end time, which was changed for reasons presumably relating to streamers sniping the ending moments and griefing everything, meaning that the canvas was eventually going to end at an undisclosed time. The color palette of r/place was eventually set to contain only white, meaning that the canvas was inevitably going to end up the exact same way as it started. At that moment, the Osu logo went pitch white almost instantly due to an enormous French streamer telling his audience to cover it up. This led many people to accuse the Osu community of using bots and say that it was proof that the Osu community was botting.
La base du web, c'est le Osu. Parfait.
Je vois pas où est-ce que c'est le Osu.
Il est au milieu. De Star Wars.
Non, à droite de Star Wars. Non,
730.
à droite de Star Wars.
Remontez, les gars.
Ça monte. Allez les gars, allez, concentrez-vous.
Arrêtez-vous à Lego. Arrêtez-vous au niveau du logo Lego.
C'est là, ok.
Arrêtez-vous à Lego.
Ici.
On a
Lego.
tournez
à droite.
à Lego.
Tournez à droite. Vous allez trop, vous êtes trop gros. C'est bon, tournez à droite.
Fais le F. Tout le monde, même ce con.
Throughout the time the canvas was up, many people believed Osu to be using bots to quickly retake their destroyed spots on the canvas and even stand up to the likes of huge streamers. It actually does make sense why people would think this, being as Osu as a community had a really large influence on the canvas, while still being a decently small community compared to the others. Nonetheless, it's very disheartening to see such a large amount of people upvote posts that claim there is a 100% proof of bots, while knowing what we accomplished was nothing of the sort. The Osu Place Discord was very well organized, and hundreds of people were listening to the priority speaker voice channel in which direct callouts on where to place were being made in real time. This, along with the thousands of people tuning into BTMC's stream, who was also a part of this call, allowed for everyone to be instructed on where to put their pixels to work together and repair, leading to astounding teamwork. The ratio of community members to the size of the canvas was also astonishing, and it was all because of the devout dedication that the Osu community banded together with, not the use of bots. In the Discord call where you have to verify your Reddit account and your Osu account to even get in, they were telling everyone not to use bots and explicitly saying that we're not going to use bots as a community. So even if a few people did bot, it's definitely not the majority of our community, and nobody in our community was advocating for it. Sorry to get hung up on the botting accusations, but again, it's just really disheartening to see because none of it's true. Being a part of this was honestly amazing, and it was so fun to watch all of this unfold in real time. It was honestly astounding just seeing how dedicated the Osu community was and how willing everyone was to work together. It honestly made my heart warm up a little bit. Seeing as on this canvas, which was literally being interacted with by every community on Reddit, we could have such a profound impact was just awesome to see. One of my favorite memes that I saw on Reddit was this.
Suck on this, you furry little weirdos!
Anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Again, this was really awesome to be a part of, and if you watched this far, thank you so much. I probably did leave something out inevitably, but hopefully nothing too major. And again, I didn't really want to go through every single tiny little detail like alliances and stuff like that. At the end of the day, even with so many people disliking the Osu community from this and accusing us of botting, I still think this was a really wholesome experience in general. I'll leave links to everything that I can in the description. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.